Hello, welcome to Blast Backstage, everyone. And also, thank you so much for your patience in waiting for us. I know we're a little bit late, and it's all my hair's fault, quite honestly. It's actually naturally straight, and it takes about 5 hours to get it curled, and I forgot my power adapter here in Russia, so I had to hire a load of people to do it with their fingers. It was very painful. People were burned. But it's not just me here this morning. I am, of course, Frankie Ward. I'm joined by some fabulous, very knowledgeable, much cleverer people than I am, and they're sat to my right. Please welcome Potter, Mr. James Bardolph, Maniac Pimp, and Launders, a.k.a. the best-dressed person, I have to say.
I didn't want to try
What
too
are you
hard. I
talking
wasn't
about?
here to
I
trip people up.
yesterday.
I didn't, you know what I mean?
This is a heritage. This is a British
It might be an
green
OVO
hoodie.
t-shirt, but
Can
it's
we-
just a regular jacket. I'm trying to be humble here.
Can we appreciate the contrast of the yellow and the green here, please?
I do. You know what
Can
it
we,
does,
can we look
James?
at the matching? Look at the matching straps.
Not a competition.
You've got a
James.
matching
And look
strap.
at this as well.
Yeah,
Can we, no, there's a lack of
very proud.
appreciation.
Yeah.
There's a lack of appreciation. Yeah, just because I'm hood, you think I? No.
Just because you're hood, I wear a.
no.
It
Just
doesn't
because
show
I'm hood
today.
and I wear a hoodie.
This is all deliberate. This is all very particular.
I mean, what I really like about that is it really reminds me of the jumper I wore at infant school, because it was like a green jumper and then it had
That's
gold
one way to deliver a
writing.
compliment.
So what I feel
I'm not
so
saying he doesn't look
nostalgic when I
good,
look at you.
But I'm saying that I do look good. That's
And-
what I'm saying.
All right. We heard you. You look good. You look
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
I mean, if anything,
doing it
Launders
for the
is
man, then.
inspired by Maniac right now.
You look pretty cool. I have to
Yeah.
say.
I want to be inspired by a man who lost his luggage.
Yeah,
Maniac,
exactly.
take it away.
Yes.
This
What
is just how I travel.
What has happened with the luggage situation?
Well, I made it to Moscow yesterday late, about 2 a.m., but my luggage didn't. Apparently, my luggage wanted to stay in Amsterdam, which, I think we can all understand.
This is how you travel?
This is how I travel.
Why?
Believe it or not, it's pretty
Impressive.
comfortable, actually. The pants are really comfortable. My shoes are, as you can see, not so stylish. They're pretty cool. But this is nice to wear. I feel like second skin in that.
Listen, I know the show's only been on for mere moments, but are you the kind of man who just wears 2 pairs of underpants when he travels just in case?
No.
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 Because
Wait,
in the
who does that?
UK, we've got a lot of low-budget airlines where they don't let you take much stuff and they charge you for the privilege. So sometimes people have been known to wear multiple jackets, multiple underwear,
I could see you do that.
stack
yeah.
a bra.
I could never
travel
see
wearing
myself
a
do that.
nappy.
I could never.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
A
You don't
nappy
want to use
with-
those toilets.
With a pack of dude wipes.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes.
What's a
That's
dude
actually-
And
wipe?
if you go to
That's a brand.
CVS in America, they have a brand called
There's a
Dude
brand,
Wipes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's
Dude
basically
wipes.
baby wipes.
I don't know why you'd use a dude wipe, but they exist.
Use your imagination.
Dude's got a wipe
The
too.
more you know.
I've
The
actually
more you
lost
know.
it. I've actually lost it. So if you've just joined us and you've never tuned in for Blast Backstage
We'll
before,
never have dude wipes.
wow, yeah, I've never had dude wipes. This is where we actually learn what that is. But also, Blast Backstage is essentially a day-long live stream where we get to know some of our analysts, our experts, some of our blast faces, and love, and also some of the teams as well. So later on, I'm going to have MIBR on the chairs, followed by NIP and then ENTS. And my friend, Mr. Avon Savage, is going to be talking to Avantgarde and Falls this afternoon as well. And because we're in Moscow, we have got a carnival theme going on.
I thought you were going to say vodka.
Oh, that too. The vodka is actually maybe it's revealed under here, but I think the vodka might be actually during the show.
Oh, I'm down for that.
That's why we have best of ones. You do a vodka shot every best of one, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I might have just
put
looked up.
Kakavadis out there.
Production is very nervous. They didn't actually know that we do a vodka shot every best of one, but just so you're aware, guys, we're really getting in with the culture here, but. I want to talk about actual Counter-Strike now, if that's okay.
That's fine.
If you don't mind, because
I'm going to fan
That's a
myself.
bit early,
Sorry.
no?
yeah. Look, I stan you, you fan you. I'm wondering what you're thinking about Rostermania, because unfortunately we've lost Vitality because they went and bloody benched MBK, didn't they?
Talking about French CS in the morning, I haven't finished my coffee, and still we have to do this.
We
No,
have to
it
do
really-
this
it-
right
it
now, you
broke my
Swiss
heart.
man.
I thought we finally arrived to the place where French scene made sense. We
J'ai
had
mal à
2
le cœur.
teams. Oui, j'ai mal au cœur moi aussi.
Oui.
It really hurts, and I thought they had figured it out. And no, they haven't. No, they haven't. They're gonna change again. Hurts me too much.
But you,
Guys, take it away.
tweeted,
I'm just gonna-
Maniac. You tweeted. You said if they're sure about shocks and they know it's the right move, they should make that decision right now. Was there sarcasm in there, or did you mean
No,
that?
no. It's just. I think people didn't realize that the if condition that I put in here is extremely hard to attain.
Okay,
like to have
yeah.
shocks, be a player, and be happy with it, and not maybe have it always way, but still frag. That's like a unicorn. Maybe it exists. It's kind of rare, you know. So if Shocks can do it, sure, I want him in Vitality, but I'm not sure it can be. And people are like, "What do you mean? They should take Yoshi." I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it can work.
What's his personality like on the server? Like, do you think, you know, if Alex is going to be in-game leader, do you think he's going to be like, maybe we should do this, boys?
Sounded so American.
Worst accent I've ever heard.
Just do your
I wasn't
accent.
trying to do a
good.
French accent.
That was a very good accent. I was
You
very
know, like,
Shocks.
Well,
like-
Alex is he's got a British
so
accent.
Alex is like à gauche and Shocks is like à droite.
À droite?
Yeah.
No, so in the past, with Chuck, the situation has been that if he was playing very good as a player, but the team wasn't, then he would figure out like, hey, wait a minute, I know Counter-Strike better than you, so we're gonna do what I think it is. Right?
Sorry,
but that
that's
was
Shock.
years ago. That was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how he is now, but that's
Well,
the memory I have from him.
Now, at least in G2, Amanek does the game plan with Malik, the coach. So Shocks doesn't even get involved in the final details.
That's before you get to the server though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
before
When
you
you
that's
get
a
on
good
the
point.
server and it's like
Yeah.
mid-round call, you know, people are going to be chiming in.
Yeah.
Depends on how strong your personality
But we
is.
saw moments in Chicago when Shocks got an AWP and he didn't pass it to Kenny S. He just kept it for himself on Inferno. And
I
it's like,
remember Shock
why,
days.
why is he doing this? And there was also a really, I think it was the same event, there was a really weird misbuy as well. And apparently it wasn't a misbuy, it was just Shocks doing
I
what he
think
wanted
Shocks
to do.
is made for that role, right? Being the secondary in-game leader, being a guy that can take, you know, responsibility if needed to. But him being the main in-game leader, I don't think it was supposed to be the case. I don't think he has the personality skills for that. But him coming into a team like Vitality, I could see him accept being that second in-game leader, right? Because the problem with MBK, as I heard it, is the fact that he couldn't really get into terms with the fact that he was now no longer leading the team, right? He wanted to lead Vitality. He wanted to have more of a say, whereas Shocks, I think, is okay with not having to say that much, you know, is okay with just chiming in here and there. So in that sense, I think Shocks could be a success in Vitality. And I said it before, if Vitality wants to be a consistent top 4 team in the world, they need more skill on that lineup. That's the biggest problem they have. They have Cyber on the lineup, but not enough skill.
It could work. It could actually really work. Shocks could work in Vitality. I can see
fan.
it. I don't know if like a dream, maybe I haven't slept enough, you know, short night we had. Sure. But I can see it working. It's just, I want him to be able to accept losses in the team while he's not in-game leader and not just change everything.
But that was
Right.
what NBK couldn't do, right? He wanted to lead the team. He lost control
Yeah.
over the team, and that apparently hurt him.
I wish I had the ability to bring up a video right now because when I see Shocks when
Yo,
G2
Jamie,
are
pull that up.
losing, it just reminds me. I don't know if James, if you'll know this meme. It was a Kay Burley report and something bad had happened, and then Kay Burley looked at a dog and she was just like, "The dog knows. Look at the sadness in his eyes." And when I see Shocks losing on a LAN, I always think of that dog because the sadness in Shocks' eyes.
That's quite poetic.
For me is a thing. I'm going to have to tweet this out later. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had absolutely no sleep, and it's no fault of anyone's but the universe's because the hotel we're in is so nice. Russia is lovely. Now, let's talk about Zeus's farewell then. Because I think it comes as no shock to any of us that Kane is also leaving. But let's talk about Zeus leaving. So, Zeus, it feels appropriate that he's chosen to do it here in front of his home crowd. Do we feel like the time is now, Potter?
I think so. I mean, his major run, you could see in those moments his indecisiveness. Like he kind of felt lost at a lot of times. And even in his recent interview, he spoke about he just wasn't in it. He wasn't the guy that was motivating his mates to get back into the game when they were losing and things like that. And that kind of mentality, that strong composure in game is something that we kind of put 2 and 2 together with Zeus. That was his strength as being an in-game leader because in the fragging department, he was lacking. So if he's not bringing that to the table, yeah, I think unfortunately it is probably the perfect timing.
Now, I'm going to have to pause things very briefly because I need to send someone over to Betway Corner to take on the AIM challenge.
I'll do it.
Wait, Mohan, how did you...
Oh.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
We were talking about
Who's
it
first
before.
victim?
You really want to do it, right? Under 5 minutes or something?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Well, you have 5 minutes. I'll tell you the rules. You have 5 minutes to complete the course as many times as you can, and then your best time, your fastest lap time
Oh,
will be
what?
taken.
I ran it once.
Oh, I don't
How'd
even
you
know what
do?
your time is. I
You
feel
wanna
like
go, you
Did I
wanna redo
spoil it? Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do it. I can go for 5 minutes.
as Launder's allowed to do it again. Okay.
A
He should.
retry.
He should.
Launders, you are allowed to do it again because you wore that fine jacket today.
Wait, did you get your config on there, Mohan? What's that? Did you figure out your crosshair and everything?
What do you mean you crosshair? You put like a config and
Dude,
everything in it?
he was mad typing, putting in his console.
Sensitivity,
That's
crosshair gap.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's like,
can
what's the DPI on this mouse?
Oh no! I've been working on my sensitivity.
Are you gonna do the
in and out of game. Okay, like I sense 1.25, and then I usually have the purple color on the mouse.
The purple
purple
color on the
crosshair?
mouse.
Do you mean the purple crosshair?
Well, what if your mouse is purple?
No, on the
Like-
mouse,
on the
underneath
mouse.
the mouse,
Oh, okay.
the light.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Don't know if
what,
I'm allowed-
what,
That
what
sounds
is the
good,
DPI
Frankie.
of purple? I didn't know there was a purple DPI.
That's the yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't even know what color my DPI is.
Yeah.
Mine's red. I, think
I never
that's
thought about it
400.
like that.
You know, I want to have a quick look at Twitch chat, but while I'm doing that, Bardolph, as also a legend of the scene, tell me what you think about Zeus leaving.
Funny today, huh?
He he said he wanted to leave in 2019, and I think that I don't think it would make sense to hold on. We saw some really weird stuff here at the major, to be honest. Like there was one round on Dust 2 where I was looking at the radar and I thought he was in pit, and I'm trying to build a story because I know I can see the teaser are going to move into long position, right? So I'm trying to talk about how, like a sniper around the car, his flashes are important because if you've got somebody in the pit, then he needs them to flash behind his head so he can peek and stuff. And then he goes to Zeus and he's like behind a smoke on the plat above the, and I'm like, what? I'm not quite. I was just really confused. Like I don't exactly know what's going on here. It's like some kind of weird pilot trick. I don't know how that scene exists, but it was really, really weird, and a lot of people were really confused by that. And so yeah, I think that seemed to have run out of ideas. But I will say that I don't think many people in the West, if you will, realize how big a scene he's built offline. Like I think his hub on Face It is the biggest community in terms of all the hubs. He's got like a massive, and even before that, the thing he was doing before, he just had like this huge community of players in this region. And he's built like a massive scene, and he's really building the new players of the next generations in Counter-Strike. So he's always been doing huge things outside the game.
I think that's a fair point to make as well, right? Because there's no doubt that Zeus is making the money he needs to make right now. Like especially from that hub, right? He has such a big community behind him. So the only reason for him to stay playing is not because of him wanting to make money or him getting a salary from NaVi. That would be out of pure passion, right? So if he feels that he lost it, if he feels that he no longer has the passion to practice, then it's a perfectly right move, right? The only thing that I'm a little bit iffy about is the fact that he had to realize that during a major, right? You're sitting at a major, the biggest tournament, you have that to look forward to. The next major is in 230 days, I believe, and you basically, I wouldn't say wasted everyone on your team's time, but in that sense, maybe you should have come to that realization a little bit before.
Do you really think it would have made much difference? And I'm going to actually pass this to Maniac very quickly because we need to take a break. So do you think that would have made any difference if maybe Boomich was actually in-game leading at the major?
No, I don't think so. I think you have to think of Zeus' perspective, right? What if they win this major? Isn't it like the most romantic stories ever? So I can understand his point of view. Like one more time, one more fight together, the biggest battle, and then I'm off.
I can't blame him either. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, I want to talk a bit more about Boomich and some of the other movers and shakers here at the Blast Pro Series. Hello, welcome back to Blast Backstage. And yes, for those of you who've got Twitch Prime and didn't have to see the adverts just then, yeah, actually, I was reading Twitch chat. I see you. Behave yourselves. Now,
Wow, Mom.
we were talking before the break. Yes, son, do me proud this weekend. First Blast Pro Series. Welcome. Don't embarrass me. Now, we're talking about Boomich coming into NaVi, and I'm guessing we're thinking he's going to be taking in the in-game leading role because he used to do that in his previous team. And also, there's rumors about Guardian. So do we think that's going to happen? Boomich is going to become in-game leader? Because someone the other day said to me, in fact, yesterday, was like, oh, it's going to be Angel. No, it's not. It's not going to be Angel.
I mean, it was kind of the official plan, right?
That was the prevalent theory, yeah.
Boomich as an in-game leader, and then you think of his fragging abilities. I don't know how clever he is as an in-game leader. I guess he is if they pick him for that position. But then with that firepower and then Gordon coming in, like this is the stake. This is like the rum stake. Gordon coming in and having to coexist with Simple again. Simple, I guess, being on that secondary AWP because he has the ability to do it. Then you put Gordon as a main AWP.
That's the exciting prospect, right?
Yeah,
The
right.
fact that you're freeing Simple up from any responsibility in terms of that AWP. You can let him do whatever he wants to, right? If he wants to rifle, he can rifle. If he wants to be the secondary AWP, he can be the secondary AWP. And then you have Guardian, who's a rock-solid AWP player. So I think that would be a move that is very intriguing. I think that it has a lot of potential, but it depends on how well Guardian is going to find his form again. Because we do know that he's kind of like Kenny is. When he wants to be the best AWP player in the world, when he wants to put in the hours, he can be. But he has lacked a little bit of motivation as of lately.
All right, here's something I wonder. Is it going to be them stuck in a rock in a hard place because Boomich is like a younger caller? And if there's ever a spat, because I know Guardian and Simple don't always get along. So if there's ever an issue, and Lil Boomich is there.
That's where
and he has to mediate.
Little Boomich.
Hey,
Please behave.
Little boom boom.
mentally, age-wise, he's younger, right? He's a lot younger.
That's where the coach needs in, right? Because Kane is leaving as well, so they should find a suitable coach.
Isn't
to
Blade
to
going to
let
move
go.
to that position then?
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That would
already
make
works
sense,
in the
right?
organization.
They're like the professionals of planning moves, and we don't even see it coming. They recruit Boomich as a player. Turns out he's going to be an in-game leader. They take Blade as a whatever coordinator he was, and he's going to be the coach.
Sure.
We're just one step behind. They know everything.
But what kind of in-game leader is Boomich? Because at the moment he's filling the anti-fragging role. He's allowing Flamey and Simple to close out those rounds and do what they want to do. Although we didn't see Simple maybe posting the numbers we're expecting from him at the major, he was still turning in way above average ratings.
He was, and I think he's really a confident player. You can see it in his playstyle in-game. A lot of the times when a newer member joins such a roster that's legendary, such as NaVi, it's going to be hard to just kind of slot in and fill a role and do your job to the best of your ability. But with Boomich, as soon as he joined that roster, you could see the pushes, the proactive plays that he's making, and you could see the confidence within himself, like as a player, to make those types of decisions. Because those split-second decisions in game, while you have all your teammates around you and you can get punished at any moment, it's hard to make that sort of decision. But he makes those decisions, and he makes it look pretty good too.
Yeah, you're talking about when you got to be aggressive, but you don't want your team to get mad
Yeah,
at you.
yeah,
He's still willing to
exactly.
take that risk, and that's so
Exactly.
important.
And that's also another such an exciting prospect that Jacob mentioned earlier, with Simple kind of being taken off the primary op duties. I mean, when you have that op, it's such an expensive weapon and you have a specific role within the strat. Sometimes you're not able to freely go out there and do the kind of whippy plays that Simple's known for. So
Sometimes it's Jame time. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
sometimes it's Jane time. I mean, sometimes you just gotta hold back
You
and
had to,
hold an
huh?
angle, and that's not so much Simple every time. So it's definitely gonna be exciting to see him kind of loosen up and get in there and not be afraid to die.
He reminds me a lot of Kerrigan. I mean, Kerrigan
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and
Who?
MSL.
Simple?
Yeah, no.
Boomich.
Simple, no
Or
way.
Alex.
The hair.
No,
or-
wait, what?
But the way they're in-game leading, right? They're
All
being
right.
very, as you said, they're being very proactive. They're being in-game leaders that is leading, by going first. They're leading by entry fracking. Kerrigan is a great example of that in mouse sports. He's one of the players within that lineup who have the highest opening kill ratio within the lineup. So if Boomich can keep confident in that role and be an in-game leader that leads by doing, I think that'll be a great sign for NaVi, and I think that'll be a good thing, especially if you can have Guardian come back to form, because we know that when he's at his best, that's in the 3v3 scenarios when he can
Yeah.
just sit back,
The clutch.
close out the rounds and clutch it out,
How do
right? And then you have Simple around you as well. All
do
of a
you-
sudden you have a NaVi who can win it all.
Pimp, how do you feel about what's your favorite position to also be in IGL? Like if you're going to be entry versus, like I've heard some players complain, oh, if I'm lurker, I don't get enough information. If I'm with the pack, and then I don't get the information first. If I'm entry, then I die, and it's a little harder for me to call. What's your favorite like hybrid with IGLing?
I think the Danish way has always been to be, within the pack, to go first. MSL is a great example of that. Kerrigan is a great example. Even Glaive does it a lot of the time with Astralis. So you want to be in the middle, you want to be in the center, so you can have all the information you need to in order to direct your team and in order to make the right decision. We've also seen, players being the in-game leader, being an AWP, like Fallen, and he's been doing fine for that as well. But I think that's a more laid-back role. It requires a lot more from your teammates. It requires a lot more on the players around the AWP. They need to be very good at making their own decisions and taking initiative on their own. Whereas if you're in the pack, you can lead the team from the front. And I think that's always been the Danish way, and it's good to see Boomich being able to do that.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. I think you shouldn't be the first one. And I respect in-game leaders who do it. Like Glaive, for example, is a prime specific type that would go first, get the entry, get the clutch, and do it all when he has a good day.
Sure.
But you would like the in-game leader to be like that second wave or third wave. So first exchanges come, 4v4, 3v3, and then the in-game leader will be, okay, this is what we do now. I have
Sure.
the vision, I am the in-game leader, I'm the captain now, and we're going to do this. You don't want him first to die and then leave your teammate to be in the clutch. So I would like Boomich to be that second wave. You send Flamey, do what he got to do, Simple, Gordon with the entry if they have to, and then Boomich can lead. after that.
But in that case, you have to look at the players around you, right? Because if you're Boomich, you would rather have Simple, Guardian, and Flamey in a 3v3 than you want Boomich in that mix. So I get your
Send
sense that.
Flamey.
Send
Send
Flamey.
Flamey.
Just
Send
send
Flamey.
Flamey in. That's
Take
fine.
as much as you want,
But you have to look at the players around you, right, as well. Because I do agree with you. Sometimes in-game leaders need to be, they need to be active within the round. They can't die as the first guy all the time.
Yeah.
But if your players around you are so skilled that you can allow that to happen, then fair enough.
I think we've seen a transition as well. Like in NA, generally speaking, the in-game leaders were always in that lurker role because they wanted to stay alive throughout the entire round and
Typical
kind of move the chess pieces across the board. But over the last couple years, I think the transition has been that in-game leaders are the entry fraggers because they know exactly the type of spacing that their team requires. They know exactly the kind of the optimal trade contact positions on each map. Where do we want the fight to happen? What choke point do we want to really attack? And they have have a clear vision of exactly what they want their team to do. So I think, leading by example is probably kind of what we've been seeing. And I think that's probably most optimal, unless you have a very, very high fragging in-game leader, such as Alex and Glaive, these number 2s that are really able to capitalize on trading opportunities. But most of the time, we've been seeing the entry IGLs performing a little bit better, I think.
Well, if you would like to hear from NaVi themselves, then keep tuned to Blast Backstage, as they'll be talking to Adam later in the day. Now, we reveal we're going back to Copenhagen, my friends, in November. And if you would like to win some tickets, I know you probably already bought yours, but maybe you want to get your mum in on the action too. So you want to win her an early Christmas present. You can, quite simply by tweeting us at Blast Pro Series. And what we're looking for at the moment, actually, are your questions. So if you've got any questions for these guys, then make sure you tweet them to us, as I said, at Blast Pro Series. Why don't you add a little hashtag while you're at it? Blast, block capitals, Pro with a capital P, Series with a capital S.
That's a lot of
Not case sensitive, but
Yeah, I just like everyone to know the correct way to spell Blast Pro Series with a hashtag. And so I've given you those instructions. And if you get it wrong, that is your own fault. I helped you out there. I helped you out so much.
I think I'd bring my real mom to that event.
Yeah?
Frankie. Yeah.
Can I meet your real
Is it
mum?
my turn?
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, I'm so excited
this is
to
very
meet
sweet.
the parents.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. I feel like I get on quite well with the mums. Potter's headed over to the Betway Aim Challenge corner, so she's going to be taking things on. I actually think Potter is going to be in the top percentile of everyone.
I'm curious to
Yeah, how did it go?
How did it go?
James, you had to frag guard off.
It's difficult when you're not your own mouse.
different table height.
Is it?
You know
all
what I
the excuses.
Yeah, I can't get like
Table height.
perfect sense. But whatever.
DPI.
Did you
Alright.
finish? Did you finish once? Did you use
You
all
finished
5
the map?
I did finish the map. Thank
How
you.
many?
guys.
Can you do it
How many
many
times did
or
you
is it
finish
one
it?
run?
They let me
You
do
do
it
it for
twice.
5 minutes.
They let me do it
Twice.
twice.
All right.
But just let me do
I've
it.
never played this
No one was
map.
brave enough to
No,
come
me
on
neither.
board. So I just didn't like. I can't
This
be
guy's
asked
too
anymore.
hood.
I'll leave.
Too good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen obviously some the pros like felled by that map, cut down like the pro trees that they are. So like we've got Phelps right at the bottom. What happened to that guy? Simple is actually surprisingly slow compared to some of the other players, and then Rez, our young gun, right at the top, alongside Tens,
My time's
who's
better
the
than
latest
Simple.
recruit to Cloud9.
Ten's got like 28 seconds or something.
Yeah,
But that's like
at
repetition,
home he was
repetition,
practicing.
repetition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still very. I mean, it's still pretty impressive.
I'm between Rain and Tarek.
Yeah.
Between Rain and Tarek,
Yeah, but it's like
I got
You're not that bad then.
I just cannot read.
I got
it,
better
so
than Fur.
I thought it was pretty
pretty
bad because it's like just can't get my sense perfect.
Yeah,
I like the Tens was just
Did you go
really
with my
excited to do
crosshair?
better than automatic as well.
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't
threw it
trade
together,
anything, I
but
just-
yeah.
How is your crosshair? Is it good crosshair? Because I'm going to have to use it.
What is
so-
a
It's
good
like a
crosshair for you?
1.6
That's a good
crosshair. It's like
crosshair.
green with a 0 gap, and it's very
I
similar.
use Get Right's crosshair,
Yeah,
which is
the
quite similar to that.
Size 1 0 gap. I play on native.
What style? Like, is it
4.
fixed or is it moving?
Fixed. I don't use the French
The moving-
dynamic.
the moving is
okay, I know the
really-
French
Yeah.
dynamic
Ah,
crosshairs.
Once you try it, you can't.
I know the
you can't go back.
Shoxy dynamic movement crosshairs. I know all about those.
I use
Maybe
a T crosshair.
T cross.
I cannot. I tried.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I use a T
What in
crosshair.
the?
It feels
Because
like I'm
I
missing a
feel-
leg and trying to run
I
when
feel
I have
like
that crosshair.
I feel like I play native, and I feel like sometimes the crosshair's in the way, the top of it, trying to find where the dude's head is.
But the thing
So I use
is,
T crosshair.
James, you don't even use guns. You just knife people.
That's also true. That's also true.
You
But
don't
when I
forget the
do, but
Zeus,
when I do
okay?
shoot people, I do it with a T crosshair.
Because they're on the aim map. So basically, you have you've got a deagle, you've got an AK, and you've got your knife. And there is one bit, I think it's in the penultimate room, where you're basically going around a circle in a locker room. I can just imagine you literally just like running around with your knife out, just like.
I should have used the deagle a bit when, like, towards the end, when the AK needed reloading. To save some time.
That is the key thing. You have to remember to reload between the rooms, and I'm really bad at doing that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
What'd you clock in at, Frankie?
Well, I did it in LA very briefly. I think it was no, it's Madrid. I had to go, so I can't remember. But it was over a minute.
Okay.
So this is going to be.
But under
a
5.
test.
Yeah.
But it was under 5.
Under
No,
5.
it was
well
about.
under 5.
All right.
It was under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, it was under 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, and I don't have my glasses on, so when I do this, it's going to be tragic.
Excuses, man.
I've got all the excuses, and it's fine because I'm sat in this seat. I don't need to know anything about Counter-Strike. It's not my
No?
job.
I mean, we don't. So.
It's your job. It's
Yeah.
your job. It's fine.
We're just pretending.
My job is just to keep things sane, but obviously I failed. So I mean, it was really nice. It was lovely being part of Blast Pro Series. I'm sorry I'm not going to be in Copenhagen, clearly. But if you would like to be, don't forget, at Blast Pro Series, send us a tweet, send us some love, send us your predictions for what's going to happen in Moscow.
And that's your underwear.
Exactly that too. I definitely.
Bad idea.
The problem is you would have
Why not? I
to
don't know. It's not thanks to me,
express
so
send
might
it
as
to
well cause some
us.
trouble while I'm here.
I don't know how you would send it over the medium of Twitter. Please don't send us your pants pictures. No pants pictures.
What did you start, James?
It's not
Yeah,
going to me.
I was gonna
It's
make
not going to
boxer
me.
boxers. I was gonna make boxer boxers, but I could only imagine how many photos I'd get. Just people's leg hair.
I wanted those ends boxes, man.
People's
I
leg
keep
hair.
telling them not
Should
to. I
we-
need those.
I feel like let's segue. Weird flex, but okay. Let's talk about Plopsky. Because 17-year-old, we've only seen him play at ESL 1 Cologne with NIP, and they did actually make it to the quarterfinals. What did we think of his debut? Pimp.
I think his individual debut was, I wouldn't say lackluster, it was as to be expected. I think he was okay. He was not doing super great, he was not doing bad by any means, he was just part of the team, and I think that's fine for him now. When you talk Plopsky, when you talk, that NIP lineup, you have to take into consideration what role they're in right now. That team is falling apart from each other. We don't really know what's going on within the lineup. We don't really know whatever this is Get Right's last tournament. We don't really know who
Forced retirement, of
He's
course.
never gonna stop.
never gonna stop apparently. But there's so much stuff going on within NIP that I can only imagine how hard it is for him to come into a team like this and find comfort, right? And that is a lot to ask for a 17-year-old who have never played on such a high level. So I think he's doing okay. But for the sake of NIP, something needs to happen and some structure needs to involve around this
I
lineup.
feel like some of these kids don't know what's going on. They show up, they're like 17, they're playing in a big stadium, and they just don't hear any of the noise. Like, it just feels like to them they're playing at home. They don't understand the implications of the match. Like, it feels like they're just immune to pressure because they're so young in some way.
Frozen's like that. Definitely like that in mouse sports.
Yeah, like Obo at Face It, or there's just
That
some of
was-
these
yeah.
performances are like, how are you so comfortable?
Yeah,
You
tens
shouldn't
as
be
well
comfortable.
in
Internet
LA.
age, man.
I'd feel better
Yeah.
if you weren't so comfortable right now,
Yeah.
right?
They've just grown up. They've just grown up with this. I'm kind of jealous of them. But then at the same time, with Plopsky, having watched Get Right since I was about 10 years old, it must be kind of crazy to play on the same team with him.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of crazy, like, to even interview
It's not gonna
him,
last for
so-
long though, so he may as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Okay.
Is this what happened to you, Pimp? You came in as like a young, innocent boy, and then suddenly,
I left as a young innocent boy, yeah.
yeah.
Innocent?
And then what happened? Right, we've got to take a quick break again, so do not go anywhere. We
Is
will
there
be
chicken?
back. Is there chicken? Is it an actual chicken for us to eat, or like Inferno chicken? What kind? Or like
a rubber chicken, Frank.
a rubber chicken? I don't know, but we do have some gifts,
Oh, that's
and I'm gonna show you those gifts
All right.
if you behave. So it's all on Pimp.
Well, yeah.
It's all on you.
Mark.
The others can do what they want. If you don't behave yourself, everyone gets
Then
punished.
what's the consequence?
Everyone gets punished. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Fun.
Hey, there was the boys just counting down, and Potter's coming back into the fold. I do want to just see Twitch chat because I am reading what you're saying. Pimp said, "Mum." You spelt mum American. I'm ashamed of you. Now, what else has been written? Also, actually, there's some Bardo fans in chat as well.
I didn't know they existed.
Potter looks a little too
When
happy.
you wear hoodies like this, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it is a
fans
good
everywhere.
point. What do we think of
when you got
Varda's
green and yellow
hoodie?
contrast?
Yeah.
Can we get a watch? Can we get a zoom on the watch? Is that possible? No.
It's actually not bad.
I thought we already established
take
that
a
he
look
has
at
a
this.
nice hoodie.
What are we working with today?
This is the Rolex Explorer 2. It has a GMT hand, so I always know what time it is in London.
Okay.
Which is
So
also
when I call my
green.
mum, it's not 2 o'clock in the morning. And
Yeah.
it has a parachute cord strap with the bomb code from Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Alright,
I'm glad I brought that
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
I'm
well,
extremely particular.
yeah, you are extremely particular. And you know what, chat? Someone says Bardolph is so cute. And someone else has done
Interesting.
Craig Asm, Bardolph, sexy beast, love heart. So there you go.
Did you just write that? Did you just
He went
sexy
in.
based?
I don't appreciate these comments from you guys.
I mean,
My real
I'm
people are
a
in
sexy
internet.
based.
I don't appreciate you upstaging us on the sofa, but you know, someone
Yeah,
has to be
that's-
the hot one, and it's James Bardolph.
Hey, this is hot one.
Boom,
This
I'll
is
take
Sean
that.
Evans.
He's got that
Good job,
bird up on his
Bardolph.
shoulder. He's so cute and talented.
Shows
I
hot
really
buttons
don't
and hotter
feel the cute
wings.
thing, but I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't feel cute in the morning, but
There's a
there
cute
you
person
go.
out there for
With
everyone.
good
I guess.
reason,
There is,
Frankie.
there is, yeah, that's true. Like Pimp's seen me in the morning many a time.
Oh, yeah?
When we
Whoa,
come.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, well, I should have saved my wallet. I think I woke too early on that one.
Flip it, boys.
When I bring him his breakfast.
Yeah, I can't deny
Yeah.
that. But
In bed?
Yeah.
Breakfast in bed?
He's one
And
of
you're
those. He's a
Pikachu
typical
onesie?
teenage boy. He doesn't come downstairs when you call him for breakfast. You have to
better
drag
get
him
up
out
my
his
room,
stinky
yeah.
room.
That's fine.
Socks everywhere. Right.
You have
Okay.
two wipes as well.
Oh dear. By the way, over in the corner, Mr. Adam Savage himself is taking on the Betway Aim Challenge.
Oh, man.
How's it going? You don't know the
I
buttons.
don't know the buttons. That's what I'm saying. You got to give Adam a controller.
There you
and he'd
go.
be right at home.
I
A
basically,
to go forward.
I was like, I'm not sabotage.
Find W kill.
I was like, I'm not doing the Aim Challenge unless Adam does it too, to be honest, because I know that otherwise I'm going to be bottom of the leaderboard. Sometimes there's joy in being bottom, though.
Yeah. Ask
Yeah.
Pimp.
It's how
exactly.
yeah.
Context.
That's how I
Is that
play
before or after
FIFA.
breakfast? Where's the cross on?
Where's the cross on?
You better watch out now.
Okay, I want to actually talk about Ents now.
Sure.
Okay.
If you want.
I always want to talk about Ents.
That's a safe topic.
Everyone wants to talk about Alexi B with me, apparently. I popped up at the Berlin Major just to do some interviews for a website.
Can I do a
and
James
everyone was just
Bardolph
asking
does
about him.
an impression, or can I say an impression of James Bardolph saying Alexi B?
Yes, please.
Alexi Bay.
Wait.
That chip shop James Bartle. Jesus.
Please, can you now...
Alexi B.
That's not how you
It's
say
not
it.
Alexi Bay.
You never say it like that.
What are you talking
Alexi
about?
B.
Like EastEnders?
Alexi Bay.
Alexi B.
Alexi Bay. I don't think I do that.
Kiki Fulky
And it's
Blinders.
Alexi B. No.
I don't know where it's from, honestly.
It's from the broadcast.
Yeah, there won't actually be any vodka shots during the best of ones tomorrow because we've already drunk it all. Are we allowed to open gifts now? Yeah? Okay.
Where's the Ents underwear at? That's my question.
I know. Well, I feel like
There's
we
some QA
should.
going on,
All
but
right.
There's some
I
QA
want that
going on.
Ents underwear.
What's
But
happening here?
can we just talk really quickly though before I do presents? Because were we surprised that it was Alexi B and not X7? Because for the past 6 months, everyone's been going, "Oh, X7's going to get replaced by Sunny soon," and now suddenly, no.
I did not to let this happen. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Dude, can you please tweet at us what happened here? No, I
Are
mean,
we, you know what? Let's do a yay or nay before I whip this off.
a yay or nay?
Of what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
nay.
Are we thinking it's a good thing?
No, no.
Yeah.
Potter?
If you think it's a good thing, you shouldn't be here. Potter?
For
I went to the
Ents,
longer run.
Alexi B, Sonny? I think so.
You think it's a
Alright.
good thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You
I'm
two can
sneezing.
fight
You
later.
We wanted to change
Jacob.
Alexi B.
No, not necessarily Alexi B, but if it's Alexi B or X7, I think X7 is a fantastic role player, and I think those players are the hardest to
Yeah.
replace. To be
The
completely honest.
IGL over the role player?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, for a support
Or the
player who's
idea-
as
the role player, yeah.
proficient as X7,
Yeah.
I think those are very hard and
That's a
rare
really
to
good
find.
point.
It's
Yeah.
super simple. If the team lost confidence in Alexi B as an in-game leader, you have to change him.
Exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
all 5 players, including the coach, including all the staff members, they all have to be signed on board 100% with the vision of the in-game leader. And as soon as one player falls back and then there's little whispers around, like it can become really fast. Like it just snowballs out of control.
It's like
So-
with Kerrigan, right?
Yeah.
Nobody doubted him to be one of the greatest in-game leader in the game, but when TSM lost confidence in his ability to lead that team, or Astralis for that matter, you have to get rid of him. You have to find something else.
But
Yeah,
the
but
thing- yeah.
just the limit of that comparison is that, okay, when Kerrigan was having success with FaZe,
They said they shouldn't have cut him.
we as expert would say, okay, Kerrigan is doing a decent job at, mid-round
Astralis as
calling.
well.
Exactly. I mean, Astralis, that's far away, back memory lane. But when he was with FaZe, we would never really praise the tactical side of it. Ents was the best T-sided team there was at some point. And we would give praise to Alexi B for that. So why would you, after 2 months, say, oh, actually, you know what? All these sick T rounds you gave us, we don't believe in it anymore. So thank you very much. This
I
is the
think
door.
See, I agree with you, and I 100% agree with you. Like, looking from the outside, I understand why it's tough for people to find reason in it, but when you're inside a team, and you know that as
Yeah,
well,
obviously. There
If-
must be
if
something we don't know. or
there's
we don't
internal
realize.
issues. There's something
Yeah.
that they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
for
about his attitude, his way of doing things. And as soon as you lose that belief in whatever he's doing, whatever he's saying, the way he's practicing, the way he's preparing, whatever that may be, we don't know. You have to get rid of
No,
him. You have
for
to find somebody that the team can get behind.
And they have been emphasizing, or at least Twister's been emphasizing in interviews, Alu's impact on calling, and they've kind of been during the major, they were very
Sure.
like, actually Alu's doing like 50% of the calling, all that kind of thing. So for me, when that, I guess that is true, and we're going to see how true that is this weekend, because hey, if they're not, obviously we're not necessarily expecting them to win, I imagine, because Sonny has been on the bench for like 6 months, but for me it's like, well, we saw how Alexi handled himself at the major. So if it was a
Like a
real
true Finn.
attitude, if it was a real attitude problem internally from him, surely we would not have seen those performances that we saw in the group stage.
I don't want to be a killjoy, but how many times have we, as you know, fans of Counter-Strike, seen players who had an in-game leader with them and thought, hey, I actually have very sick rounds. Every 6 rounds, I find a good idea, right? So I can be an in-game leader.
Yeah.
How many
Everyone's
times have we
got that
seen this?
teammate.
Yeah.
This is not the same.
Yeah.
You're not an in-game leader. You don't have to handle the whole team, the whole game.
Yeah, wait till you have
6
to
game
start
in a row.
calling all the eco rounds, then talk to me about
And
IGL.
you're down 3-11 and you have to find a solution and nothing is working. And like, oh, wait, actually, LSCB,
like-
can I just send you a text? Because right now,
Yeah,
it's not working.
suddenly
what
you're
we're doing.
quiet.
Well, let's
It's not
hope
the
they
same.
play train and we get to see their
exactly,
P-side this
please.
weekend. Sorry, Potter.
No worries. I was going to say the grass is generally not greener on the other side, and most people
Unless
find
it is
out
greener, yeah.
unless it is until it is, right? But
Thinking
most
face.
teams and players find out the hard way that the grass is not greener on the other side. Then the regrets start coming. But as far as progressing and immediate results, which is what I think ENCE is looking for, because they've always been in the top 5 like area, and they're hungry. They want more. They want to be the best. So if they, with that logic, yes, this is the right move. Now, is it going to be rewarding for them? I don't know. It's going to be tricky.
So Alexa to phase then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why
Why
not?
not? Be down.
That
Why
would
not?
be, that
No,
could be
they're
a
saying
co-beneficial
that
trade.
it's
That'd be
not
sick.
going to be. It's not happening.
The thing is, I think to go to a team like that, you need to have a strong enough personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of arrogance and ego, which there should be, because they have that skill. But at the same time, you got to be like, this is my team now.
Yeah.
They have to not challenge you when you say something.
You know what? They must be like tired of underperforming, right? Like at a certain point, they want to win more than they want to like do well individually. Like, because they've proven themselves individually, they've done that their whole careers, but now they need trophies. So I feel like maybe they're ready, right? Like, Kerrigan primed them, right? There was a certain amount of time there where they let him call and they lost respect for him, and then they said no, we want him back. That means they're willing to take on someone who maybe doesn't have the strong enough personality.
Yeah.
Maybe they have.
They
They're ready.
miss Kerrigan so much.
Roster change number 15 is probably the good one.
If they could get
I think we're getting there now.
if they could get Kerrigan back
a numbers
as of
game.
this, they would get Kerrigan back in a moment. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
That relationship with Nico is so
that was a
important as
mistake
well.
and we
Yeah.
miss you.
Right.
It happens.
What a thing to say.
Are we ready? I literally want to talk about FaZe so much, but I'm also very wary that we've also got presents.
Can you tease us? What is it?
This is like
is this
washing up
like-
after Christmas dinner before presents. We've been waiting and we've been working hard.
Is there
on
health
this.
and safety here? Because I feel like we need a high-vis jacket, maybe some goggles.
Am I not allowed? Do you
I don't
trust
know.
me?
Is it food
Do
related?
you trust me?
It looks like food.
This is very much, I feel like I'm Aladdin now on the magic carpet.
All
Do
right.
you trust me?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Why'd you say that?
Oh, it's good.
Wait, what is?
Yeah, you
Why
can't
is
do
everyone
that.
laughing?
What is this?
I don't know
Yeah,
what's
that
happening.
can't be a joke without us.
Do we have to?
I haven't seen this yet. Hang on, I'm just seeing the accuracy. Okay.
No,
The
I wasn't briefed
accuracy?
about this
Oh,
segment
boy.
of the show.
No.
I don't know how I feel about this.
We have no information.
Frankie?
Why is everyone laughing? What?
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's the best camera to show this to,
Alexi
but
Bay.
That is absolutely disturbing.
Oh
That
Wanna
is,
switch
James,
can,
you're
I,
so white.
can I have a look?
no! Oh, you can never unsee
That's
this.
amazing.
Oh my god.
That's accurate.
That's really scary. This is like an e-fit of somebody who's murdered someone by a canal or something.
Since when did I have grey hair?
It's all
I'm
about
not
the
that
hair.
old.
It's all about the hair.
The-
Oh my god. That
Ah.
is sick.
This is beautiful, to be fair.
Oh, that's really cool.
That is sick.
Matriarch. Oh my god, I'm keeping this. Oh my god. Can we just?
Is there a
DDK's been trapped in a crystal ball. Potter, this is
Oh.
Potter. This is you with a load of back combing.
I like it.
and it's a good look.
Oh,
like
she's
it.
Such
nice.
a good look
I
for
like
you.
it.
What's up with the afro?
yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
No,
Who's
that's-
this?
Yeah,
this is
that's good
Hugo.
after, yeah.
This is Hugo. I didn't recognize it at
he's
first.
beautiful.
Okay.
That was Henry G. That's weird.
This is you as the bride of Frankenstein.
Oh my!
Oh, is the hair flowing? Yeah.
The
That's
hair is
flowing.
flowing.
Yeah, cool.
The hair
That's
is
pretty
flowing.
I
Is
like
it-
the white
Yeah.
highlights too.
That's
Thank you.
something.
This is like a shaft afro.
Oh my god.
Stunner looks like his
This
face
is
has
like
been
crazy.
pulled back.
This is like that black dude emote everyone spams in Twitch chat when the black guy's on camera.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Twitch chat. Come on. Don't let me down. Get it going.
Oh,
Let's pop off. I always do it now when I go to Twitch chat.
Scrawny's got a sexy stare on.
Nice.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
That
Sexy.
1,000-mile
He looks
Look
like
at
altitude
that.
he looks like he's ready to spread some kind of
jam
Yeah.
legs.
Adam,
bacteria.
Adam is spectacular. Adam looks like the villain in a special extended episode of the Power Rangers, I think.
Oh, that head's.
I like
Yeah.
to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something kind of a little bit Flash Gordon about it. I don't know. It's very space opera 80s. And then Maniac, I definitely think that you should consider getting a hairpiece like this.
Wow.
All right.
I feel like Maniac looks the best.
A wig
Where
piece.
is, where is,
Unreal.
Where is his
Where's
afro? It's pretty
Pimp?
cool,
Good.
honestly.
Where's
I
Pimp?
think they forgot me.
Kind of pissed.
That's
Where's
pretty
Pimp?
cool.
Did you pay the money
They didn't
not
get.
to
There's
have
no Pimp.
one of these?
There has
There's
to
no
be a Pimp. Come on.
There's no
Frankie,
Pimp.
Frankie had to be involved, man. These guys go back and forth.
Oh
I mean,
my
I am
God.
his mother, so maybe he's inside.
Oh, you're his mother? Oh, that's
Oh my
weird.
Oh my
I am
That is all the rage.
That's
That is all the
gotta-
rage these days,
We
to be
gotta,
honest.
definitely
Vitro?
inside you, Frankie.
Oh, this is quite
What did
cute.
you-
Oh,
Phrasing.
I'm leaving.
Please accept
It's too early for this,
That's
even in
a joke
Moscow.
doll. Aww.
Got super weird, man.
I mean, this is not your first Blast Backstage. This is the first one I've got to do with the talent on the sofa, though. Normally,
This is my first one.
is this your first one?
Yeah, that's
Your
why I'm
first Blast
causing so much
Backstage?
mayhem. Yeah.
You're giving yourself so much credit. There we go.
That is so
Actually,
cool.
what I really love about that is the hair doesn't start at your neck. Your neck is kind of.
This is
you
like a-
kind of like.
Yeah, they phoned it in from the
kind
ears
of like
down.
that. If only like I had like a sort of barred up.
Technically.
All
neck-
right.
neckline.
I'm going
This is
closer
good.
to that. I need to show the.
That is so cool.
I need
Yes,
to show the
please
internet.
show the
what is
internet.
going
Who
on here.
hasn't done the AIM challenge yet? Because I
I
feel like
haven't.
Adam's been doing it for about 15 minutes.
I haven't done it yet, but I,
Yeah, he has been
Adam.
there grinding.
He's grinding it out, dude. He's grinding it out.
You're 1 second away from beating the
Yeah.
bottom? Okay,
I
all right.
actually don't think I see the
Yeah.
screen.
That's not bad.
When you're done, Adam, come over here and I'll present you with your consolation
Wait,
prize.
Mohan, what did you get?
This is, this
52,
is
I
so
think?
special.
Oh, minus.
This
Do you
is
think I should
so
go with that
special.
hair,
58.
hairdo?
58?
I think
Like
you
with
could pull
the-
it off, yeah?
Oh my
Like the
God.
lion
Yeah.
hairstyle behind me?
And I
Lion
just have to
hairstyle.
also say, Vendetta looks like one of the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't forget to tweet us at Blast Pro Series, hashtag Blast Backstage,
Hashtag
if you'd
Rip
like to be in with a chance of making it to Copenhagen. for
Hashtag
free.
mother son
See you in a sec.
breakfast.
Oh my god.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm James Bardoff here. Alexi B.
Alexi B.
I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like a. Wait, put me on camera. Put me on this one.
I don't know how I feel about it either.
Hadouken!
I can't.
with the afro.
Oh my God. Right. Okay. So, Pimp is currently doing his time in the AIM challenge. Do
Pimp.
we have time to chat more before we reveal the scores? We do. We've got another 5 minutes, and
Can I send a message very quickly, Frankie?
it depends.
Someone here, so for the situation,
Spotted.
my luggage was lost and I didn't have my contact lenses. I couldn't see anything in the morning. And someone in the staff just went out of his way to find contact lenses for me. So whoever
That's
you
awesome.
are, I really appreciate you. This is the most beautiful
It's
thing
the little
anyone has
things.
done
It
for me.
really is.
So
And
now
if-
I can see.
And if you guys check under your seats, you get a contact lens, and you get a contact lens, and you get a
Everyone
contact
got
lens.
one.
Yes. So there you go.
Sick.
That's impressive, man. That's really
It
impressive.
actually
Really
is.
impressive.
It-
Impressive.
When they came to me with that, I was like, really? Did you get lenses from me?
Oh, that did not sound good.
That was really loud.
Yeah.
I'm never coming on the show again, am I?
James enjoys it. No, I thoroughly enjoyed having you on the show. Now, if we want to remind ourselves of the leaderboard, I actually copy-pasted this into
There's no
my
watch on
laptop
my
earlier.
wrist.
It's highly inaccurate. You'll have to buy yourself a little
Have a look.
timepiece.
Look, dude, that's
Buy
amazing.
yourself a little timepiece.
That's
Pretty
really
good,
great.
isn't it?
They've really captured your
They are
face
cool.
perfectly.
And I will, in fact, you know what? I feel bad
Love it.
holding this
The
back
afro,
from
though.
you right now, Adam. So I'm just bringing up my tournament leaderboard so I can have a look at that. But in the
I'm really
meantime,
embarrassed by this. Like the leaderboard.
I want you to meet
Oh, God.
little Adam.
Hey! Why do I
cool.
look so? Why do I look? My eyes.
You know what?
Is
It's
that
kind
my
of
face
like
looks like.
if you
Oh God.
could be-
That's actually not bad.
that could
your-
be
that's your
you've got
looking
sharp
face.
features. You could be like the new face of Doom. If they like redid Doom but did it
Dude,
still
that's a really.
Oh,
that's
right?
a
Good
what a
one.
lovely
It's like-
like
Yeah,
that.
Adam, if you just like look from side to side, like go,
I like.
There you go. That's a dude. That was a dude.
I prefer the
When I'm
smouldering
dying,
look
like-
rather than bath salts, but we can go there again.
that's, you actually do
That's a
really
lovely
look like
compliment.
him.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
man.
was
Thank you, guys.
I'd buy
Bardoff
it.
is full
I'll
of
be
them.
here.
Now, if you have not watched a Blast Pro Series tournament before, well, congratulations on joining us. You've got very good taste. Excellent, sirs and ladies. Thank you for watching. We actually have a tournament leaderboard because at the end of the year, we're going to have a World Championship and the top 4 teams from the tournament circus will be invited. And at the moment, topping the leaderboard is Liquid with 26 points. They played 3 tournaments. Astralis as well, 3 tournaments, 22 points. FaZe are in 4th, 3 tournaments with 20 points. NIP are currently 4th and they play 2 tournaments and they have 10 points. And then below below the fold are currently MIBR, NaVi, and Cloud9. Now, we do have other teams playing at these tournaments. For example, ENCE. This is going to be their 3rd tournament with us, but they're a wildcard team, so they're not officially part of the tournament circuit. I have a feeling maybe we'll see them as part of it next year because they've obviously had some very, very good experiences at Blast so far, notably Madrid when they took the trophy home. The question is, can they actually get back-to-back victories on their 3rd efforts here at Blast?
That would be surprising, I guess. It's a euphemism. I mean, if they are able to directly perform with Sunny, then that would be one of these honeymoon period. You can just say, oh, this was the perfect move, but maybe everyone at the same time just peaks because Sunny's here, everyone is happy. But if you're NaVi or MIBR, that's a pretty good occasion. I mean, NIP, that's a pretty good occasion for the leaderboard, this event right now. You know, Vanguard is here, Force is here.
This is Avantgarde's event to lose, all right?
They
Second best team in the
All
world.
right, James.
Guys, do you remember old Power Rangers show? Okay.
Yeah.
We need to go back to this camera again.
Okay.
I'm running the show now. So back to old Power Rangers. You know,
Fine.
you know
Fine.
when
I
they,
didn't want to do the show anyway,
you know when
James.
they did the Megazord thing, and they were all like, they'd be like, oh, you know, ninja thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
could
a
do that,
dinosaur
and then have like some massive phallic
What if we didn't?
Russian doll thing. Anyway, I think there's a lot of potential for upsets in this particular Blast Pro Series event. I think Fours, for example, if they play some teams who are not so familiar with them, I think they could just smash.
Face Crack's going to give everyone a slap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think it makes it really interesting. Oh, also, I don't know if you know this, okay? I was talking to Christine about it in the airport. So when Fours were at the major, one of my narratives for their matches was, you know, their previous height was when they played Versus Pro in a LAN match, and the organizer brought strippers. And
Yeah.
they were basically,
Really?
Yep.
yeah, there were strippers just like draped on the side between the
Their
plays
goal
and stuff,
was to distract them.
trying to distract them. Yeah. They
So,
were-
Adam, you're going to be interviewing Fours later, if you could ask about that. Sorry,
yeah,
continue,
yeah. So
James.
it's like, you know,
It would
this
be
could
my
be
pleasure.
This
First
could be.
question.
They're a relatively old esports organization, but I was suggesting the narrative that was the, you know, the dizzying heights of the org was that match, and can they do one better in the major?
Well, James, if you're not casting one of their matches, maybe you could do the honors and go and drape yourself.
There we go.
And see if that
That
would
would
give them
be
the boost that they
distracting.
need.
No,
I didn't bring
that
the
would be
dude wipes
great.
with me though.
You are,
so I don't
after
know.
all, I would love to see that. I would love to see
They
that.
just magically start playing better.
Yeah,
I'll borrow one of Jacob's nappies and I'll do it.
maybe that would happen. Now, I haven't got the results for Mr. Pimp, Mr. Jacob, so hopefully someone can pass me those. But I am going to go and do the results for the
I know
game
my
challenge.
time.
Oh,
I know
gosh.
my time. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
Well, your time ain't
dun.
come yet. Right. How are we thinking? How are we feeling? Are we feeling
I'm
confident?
definitely last. There's no doubt about it. So that's
Good.
that. If one of you is below me, there are problems. And
I didn't do it, so
Yeah,
I'd
switch
say-
seats with you.
So who's
Yeah.
going to be? You know what? I'm going to make Bard off the baseline. Okay, right. Let me go. Oh,
Do you think if I put this to my ear, I can hear the sea?
100%. It's like a whelk.
I gotta
well-
say, I didn't get to put my config in like Mohan over here.
I didn't put my.
yeah, that should be stated.
That's
Right?
my-
changed
You
my
had your
sense.
config, she didn't have it.
I made a very palatable crosshair for everyone, right?
Was
like
was it a T
I
crosshair?
appreciated that. Yeah.
No, no,
That wasn't a T crosshair.
no.
Matryoshka. Is that what it's called?
Oh, you didn't do it.
Yeah, Matryoshka. Yeah.
Matryoshka. I pronounce
The card,
it really
cool.
the card inside is
Thinking about having this hairdo for now.
Dude, yours
like
looks
the,
sick,
the
man. Let's
lion one, you know.
The lion one.
She's putting
Dude, they've
the,
captured
the,
it
the
beautifully.
leaderboards up
to
for
say,
us.
it's
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interesting. Okay.
You are a handsome person.
I'm pretty sure.
I appreciate you too.
You
I
two
remember
wanna
what my best
switch,
score was.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
No.
So let's see. What kind of time have we got here?
I'm nervous.
It looks good. My time's better than Simple's time, so
Really?
yeah.
Dude, you smashed
Okay,
it.
so Rez is actually
Actually, yeah, my time seems to be better
37.
than I remember. We got some good time.
X7 is number 4. That's why he stayed in ends. Now I understand. he's there. 4th in the Fenwick challenge. Of
Slash analysis.
Res is
Slash
fine.
analysis.
Do you know, what,
That's my
I'm gonna
favorite.
change my entire setup and my sensitivity to Simples.
Okay.
But because not just like, oh, I want to be like Simple.
No, I
But
understand.
it's because okay, so I don't know if you guys know what a bureau is. Okay, it's like it's common in England. So it's like this big chest of drawers with this thing which folds out like that, and it has like a green base on it. And I used to play on one of those. So my mouse,
That's what Stewie used to
I
play
could
on
only,
too.
I could only go up as far as the fold because there was a gap in the table.
Yep, yeah,
so I
yeah.
didn't have much room to play with, right? So I'm like I have a wrist on the, I'm a wrist player, but on the end of a mouse pad. So I have like a really awful mousing. I can't do this because I just never had space for it. So I looked at Rambo Kim's video about Simple's sends and stuff and how he plays, and I feel like that's probably my best option to like raise my sends. But it used to be a lot higher, so I'm gonna use that. And I always wanted to go kind of old school with the res, like, you know, back in the 102, 4,
James,
7,
I have
6, 8 days.
I have a
So
question for you.
yeah,
What rank are you right now?
on on what where?
Global Elite.
Global?
I only play matchmaking for to do.
Then
Here
maybe
it
a
is.
new
Here
one
it
for
is.
the boss.
You
That's
know
not-
what?
yeah.
Right now,
What's
it's
your
Eagle.
last known rank?
It's Eagle, I think, at the moment.
That's not bad.
Alright,
My question more to the point is, you had a bureau. Did you grow up in like Downton Abbey? That's the kind of like vibe I'm getting now. Like, it's country manor.
My dad,
my
just
girl.
my dad was pretty old school.
Well, okay.
So I had loads of old
Euros.
stuff. In my
Amazing.
mum's place, there's portraits of
She collects antique furniture,
cockfighting
right?
cocks. So I can say it that way around.
I think it's people
Cockfighting
people
cocks.
fighting
So just like
dogs.
portraits on
People
there
walking dogs in
and
tweed.
stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. I love
really
that.
old school stuff.
I think Frankie wants to say something.
Yeah, go on.
Well,
sorry.
we are actually going to start watching the rounds in the Betway Aim Challenge. And first
Oh,
off,
we're gonna
gonna
watch
be
them.
starting
We're gonna
watch
with
them?
Oh, we have
the-
replay.
yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Can we just do like a supercut
I think
of all
my
the nice
first one was
kills?
3
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, I
think
mean,
the
you had to
buttons.
kill everyone before you could get to the end
The nice
of
ones.
the course, but you just want the nice ones.
Supercut.
Okay.
We're starting with Lounders, are we?
We are starting with
Oh,
we are
God.
starting with Lounders. And you know what, Bardolph? He's done an impression of you. What's your impression of Lounders?
Alexi B.
I don't know.
You can never not hear that.
I think I was just standing there with glasses on and slides.
I don't even
Yeah.
have
That would be my
Your Lounders
impression of
impression.
Lounders. Yeah.
You're like the Matt Damon of Counter Strike.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Oh,
That is-
oh, wait a minute, wait a
Money
minute.
is cool.
That's quite a
Okay.
compliment.
Yeah, that's quite a
Okay.
You know, when he goes to Starbucks, he gives them a fake name for the thing. If I could remember that name, I would say that now, but I can't. What's the
It
name?
was a reference to Matt Damon, actually,
Yeah.
because he in the
In
Bourne,
Team
like the
American
Bourne
Wolf.
Ultimatum, he had an Indian passport, and in that Indian passport, his name was like Paul. So I made my name Paul when I go to Starbucks. That's why you brought that word.
Yeah.
That's great.
My name
There
is
you
Paul.
go.
That's my
Same.
Lounders
My name's
impression.
Paul.
My name is Paul.
And how did I know that? Well, you'll never know because I don't know myself. Now, let's have a look at Lounders, aka Paul's lap time.
I like
you
your
can call it
plant,
that.
Frankie.
Thank you. Here we go with the dig, starting off.
Oh my God, we're on camera.
Starting off with the D.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I tried so hard to
Took your
line it
time.
up. I was like,
I thought you missed a kill at the start, but no, you didn't.
wait, was
okay.
I talking? No, okay.
Oh, there's a
Right, here we
camera
go.
on her
There was a face
too?
cam? I had
What
no
the heck?
idea.
Yeah, right.
Either.
This is crazy.
And very much
Oh,
going for
man.
the taps as well, the move and the tap. You're not like spinning around, you're literally like, actually, I'm going to get as close as possible.
I had no idea
so I
where they were
tried to
showing
play
up,
it
right?
safe.
Yeah.
It's just so
Does this
weird.
make us cam whores?
Yeah.
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 No, actually, I need to take money.
I hope my mouth-
Reloading
I hope my
just
mouth
feels
We
wasn't
didn't, we
open.
didn't
You have
get
to
paid for this
reload.
privilege. We go, oh, nice, through the glass. I haven't seen that technique before. Okay, and
wait,
into
what?
the vents, and now you
Wait,
drop
you
down,
open
and now into
Everything
the...
Frankie
No, you
says
can go
just
into
sounds
the room.
terrible.
You can go into the room and shoot him from behind. Yes, now
that what
into
you
the
did?
circle of truth.
Why would you go from
No wonder the clock stopped.
Here we go, and the time
Can't see that.
is...
Why are you looking in the
That
ground?
was great, mate. That
Not
was pretty
bad.
good.
We're going to see the time
Hey,
now.
what is
It
it?
was 51 seconds,
51,
point
oh, I thought it was
454.
I didn't know there was an
seconds.
explosion when you pressed that button. There used to be a map in 1.6 where you could press a button somewhere and it would kill like people that were in a particular room. It was like a really broken map, but basically. Do you remember that?
the
With
underground?
broken morals.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't remember what map it was, but you could press this button, you could like slay just like half the server almost.
It must have been a custom
wow.
map, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it must have been a
custom
custom
map,
map, yeah.
Okay, right, we're going to go to Adam next.
Oh,
Are
if
you
anyone
ready?
knows,
Oh,
tweet
dear.
me. Tweet
I
me.
Oh,
cannot
dear.
believe there's a face cam. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys. You know what? Adam's lap is so spectacular that we're going to take a quick Twitch break. See you in a sec.
Thank
Welcome back to Blast Backstage. And if you're watching us, let us know using the hashtag Blast Backstage and at us at Blast Pro Series on Twitter. And you could also be in with a chance of winning tickets to Blast Pro Series Copenhagen. And it will be our third time, I believe, or fourth time in Copenhagen. And it's always an incredible, it's our third time in Copenhagen. There we go. 2017, 2018, 2019. And it is literally a blast. And yeah.
Wow.
Boom.
It's
Yeah.
okay. No, it's
End of the
okay.
night.
Yeah,
End of the
I
night.
try to avoid
You can do
doing
it
that.
once.
Write the
But
check, boys
guys-
and girls.
No sleep, no sleep. Anyway, right, Adam,
yes.
are you
Hi.
ready?
I'm
am
ready.
I
I feel like I'm more
genuinely-
ready than
would
Adam to
everyone
see this. I
give me
want to see
I
this.
genuinely want everyone to evaluate what I'm doing wrong and right. In
All
this
right,
thing.
cool.
Live
Really
analysis?
appreciate, like,
Yeah,
just,
sure.
like, slam.
Just curious whatever we
That goes to the
finish
chat as
before.
well. Like, let me know what I could do better. Okay.
Do we finish
What?
before the next
Do not
Twitch break, or-
never say that
I'm
to
an,
Twitch chat.
I'm an aging old man, so let's just hopefully.
How old are you? Come on.
How old am I?
Getting older every
Just
day.
turned 19.
Oh,
Just turned
Yeah.
19. Yeah,
I
yeah,
can see that.
Ooh, sick.
And according to your
We'll have a
little
beer
doll,
after.
you've got a pudding bowl cut,
yeah.
as my boyfriend's Irish mum calls it. A
My
pudding bowl
chin is
cut.
discoloured in.
A pudding bowl cut.
What's a pudding?
What is
bowl?
that?
Oh, you mean like
You
a
know
head-
what
like
a
that?
pudding bowl cut is?
what
Wait, is that when you put a bowl on the head and you cut around?
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Look, and
yeah.
so you end up with that line.
This is
So
what I shake my
Adam's,
head.
Adam's literally has a pudding bowl cut.
I have a pudding bowl.
Oh, you
cut.
do, yeah.
A pudding bowl
do, a
cut.
bowl cut.
Right, okay, let's take a look at pudding
Right,
bowl
here we go.
cuts lap.
And my RBF I've got as well.
Here we go.
Alright.
There we go. Oh, running and gunning.
Yeah, running and
A little
gunning.
bit of Call of
There you
Duty in
go.
the morning.
There we
You
go.
forgot one, didn't you? No.
No, you don't kill the
someone said-
receptionist.
Then my first run, I was shooting at that chicken for
Me
about
too.
20 seconds.
Come on.
And you know what? Reloading, yeah.
The
You have-
reload things are not.
It makes it harder. Yeah, you gotta like.
Yeah.
Yes, so shooting and running.
I like how your
that's a
charge
no-go.
goes down, yeah.
Oh, so you just.
Oh no, to your left. Oh no, you're not
Oh,
doing this live.
switch to
You're
the
not doing this
dig.
live.
What's that?
So
You get
I would
very
say,
excited.
I would say you don't need to close the distance
Yeah.
Okay,
so much with
that's
these
my problem.
weapons.
Okay, so close the
Yeah,
distance.
it
anyway.
was,
And
you know, it was a laptop screen, so
make
you,
sure
you wanna
you're-
make sure you can see. That's
Make
fair.
sure you're still when you
Yeah,
shoot.
that's the key point. Make sure you're
Yeah.
still. Like you're still moving
Okay.
a little bit when you're shooting, and that's the downfall.
And
I think it's I'm so used to playing other like multiplayer games. I'm kind of constantly moving. I think you're right. Just standing there and just.
Just shooting at the doors.
Adam also Counter-Strike is a multiplayer
I
game.
appreciate
I know,
you're
I know,
taking
I
your
know, I
time
know,
though. Like I
like-
appreciate you're not
I
just
have a
shooting
bit
when
of
you
a-
like
a bit of
before you have a
console
shot.
crusader.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you're getting a load of one taps as well. It's
Yeah,
not like
you'd
you're
probably be better off
spraying.
with the AK.
It's my jam.
Yeah.
You got more bullets. You don't have to reload every 7 bullets.
He's gonna have to reload here.
I do like
The
the feeling of
ace.
fatigue though.
I think you need to watch a video on
You found some
mouse
comfort with this deal,
like
huh?
how to like put your arm on the table to have a consistent mouse. Ron Rambo King has got some great videos on this.
When you set up your shots, you want to run like almost sideways as opposed to forward, because
Okay.
it's easier to counter strafe left to right as opposed to front to back. Think
and-
about how awkward that is.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
cancel your movement by pressing the opposite.
Yeah.
But
I
Gotcha,
can't
okay.
read my own writing, but your time, I believe, Adam, is 1:22:09.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay, no,
That's
yeah,
not
okay.
bad.
Thank you.
I genuinely think that's not bad at all, and I
Thank
believe that you're probably going to do better than me.
I doubt.
So I
really doubt
actually
it.
am really impressed with you there. Well done.
Thanks. Thank you very much. That's
I'm
very
waiting to
sweet.
find out who our next person is going to be.
22.
So, our next person is
No,
going to
you're
be
19.
Bardolph. Now,
Okay,
if you're
wait for
thinking,
this.
hang on
You
a
had
second.
great advice, though.
We've been waiting for this moment. Are we doing higher or lower? Higher or lower? Higher or lower? Launders higher or lower than Launders? Bardolph.
For Baldo,
For Bardolph,
Higher.
I'd
have you
say
played
higher.
it? Have you
I'd say
played it
higher.
before?
before today, no.
No.
Had you played it before? I mean, you did have
Yeah.
extra practice time. So
Yeah, yeah.
you've been training for this moment.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say.
You've been training
All your
for
life.
this moment.
I think I played it for
Oh,
like 15
your
minutes
life.
and got like developed RSI.
Well, there you go. Okay, and then do we think you're going to be higher than Adam?
I just want to make sure that my thing is straight when it's on the board. Because I can see
You
that
need to go
Adam's
and
one's a little
correct
bit
that.
bent, and
Yeah,
I can't accept that. Mine
You
needs to
can
be
go and
straight.
change if you want. We've
No,
got a
my
minute
one. I don't
before-
care about his one. I want my one to be straight.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you should apply it yourself, but you can't yet because you're not allowed to find out your time. We are waiting on the clip to be loaded up. So in the meantime, can I get your
There's too much
predictions?
fire in the clip.
There's too much fire in the clip. I mean, there's the same amount of fire as the other ones because it's the same amount of enemies. Now, unless you misfired multiple times, we are ready with the clip.
Oh, I reckon sub 50. I reckon sub 50. I reckon
Let's
Sub
go,
50.
Bardolph.
Yeah,
Okay,
Right.
here we go. Let's go, Bardo. Let's go. Here we go. Nice,
No
nice
kicking.
precise
Oh, that was
start.
clean.
I struggled with my center bit. You can see I'm
Really
over,
clean.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Alright.
I'm going past the heads. Oh, that's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I've ruined it.
Very
Oh, no.
unauthorized.
Not
run
Look at the
bad.
hoodie though. Isn't that a nice hoodie?
It's very deliberate.
It's a really nice hoodie. I need to find out where you got this from after the stream because we can't really, this is a podcast for another time, Bardolph. We'll talk about
Did
fashion.
you have any idea where they would respawn?
No, not really.
No.
I
No, I didn't know.
either,
You're so far.
Is
away.
it random?
No, it's not. I don't think. I think
Is it
they
the same
I
every time?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
My 180s are all over the place. Like I couldn't do it.
Because I saw Tens do it, and it felt like he knew where every.
Yeah.
I
thing
think
was
he'd
gonna-
practiced. He
think it's
downloaded the
repetition,
map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the few times I did, I was like, this seems random.
Was this your first time ever?
No, London's trying
No,
to
no,
hide
no.
the fact that you actually know all the respawn patterns.
I-
Is there a respawn pattern?
You know,
no?
I played it a few times, and I still.
There
I
you
don't
go,
know.
James. Good
The
pace.
second last stream
Good
was really
pace.
slow.
Nice. It's good pace. Very good.
Now we got.
Here we
something on.
go.
Nice.
There we
That's
go.
good patience.
That was not bad at all.
That's good.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, the second last stream was like super slow because I kept overshooting and having to correct again. So
Yeah.
I lost a lot of seconds, man.
Well, what do you think you got?
Well, I
You
said it
just
on the
showed it.
screen.
Oh, you've just seen it already.
But what do you
yeah.
think?
Obviously, Frankie
is killing me.
Frankie was looking at the hoodie.
It's all right. Don't worry. I'm just running the show here. I don't need to know nothing. Right, Bardolph.
I like your strike,
Congratulations.
Frankie.
1 minute,
Oh,
00891.
Got a bit of wonk on that, mate. Bit wonky. Little bit wonky.
Little bit
yes.
wonky,
Do
yeah.
you know what? It's hard because it's in between the other two. It's hard to know what
hard
is
to
straight and what
tell,
isn't
yeah.
straight. I'm
It's
just completely
basically like the
confused
stripes
now.
on my jumper.
Yeah.
This is like the most casual I've probably ever been on a broadcast before.
I should have
Like-
brought one of those balance things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the spirit level.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you should get one of those.
Next time.
Next time.
Our next contestant is Miss Christine Chi, aka Potter.
Pottery.
Potter. Now, Potter, you're known for your AWP skills. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about being on the AK?
I like rifling as well. This is my first time on this on the aim map. It was fun. I also thought that the spawns were random as well, so I was frantically like trying to figure out where they were gonna spawn.
You know what I think it might be? If you know, or every spawn after the first kill is random or whatever. So if you know the order, then you can do the
Oh,
whole
right.
thing.
Okay.
But if you kill the wrong person first, then maybe it's like you get different spawns.
Conspiracy
don't
How much
know.
have you practiced that map, London?
Right? I told you he has like a study. and
He's
has
ready
all
for
the
the
knows all
speed
the
run.
mechanics.
Awesome games done quick. Well, Lawrence has got the Betway challenge.
No, just like tens is like fuck. Oh, sorry. Tens
Tell
is
me you've done this.
It's all right, guys. It's not yet 12 p.m. and yet, you know, it's
Yeah.
fine. We're hardcore. We've had all
Okay.
the vodka.
Cool.
Right, let's
Who we
take a
got
look
next?
at Potter's lap.
I have high expectations, though.
Me too.
Lower them.
No pressure. No
Lower
pressure.
them.
Come on, Chris.
Lower them
I
now.
didn't know there was a face
Oh, you're looking
cam.
on the right. Clearing the angles.
I love the face cam
professional.
though. Actually, we haven't been paying enough attention to the face cam. Whoa, my God.
Okay, this is actually
This
fast.
is so fast.
This is first place territory right now.
Nice.
No,
Are you
no,
looking
no,
at the
no.
scale?
I really
Check in the
enjoy, yeah.
scoreboard. She wants those Valve points.
I'm really enjoying the speed actually.
Look, this is so
Yeah.
fast.
Also, much more spray, but fantastic
This is some
control.
confident play. This
Doesn't
is what
need
we're
to be
seeing
clean.
here.
Yeah. Just a little
Even
bit.
switching to the knife when you reload, I appreciate the detail.
Yeah. I think because of the. Are you checking your kill count?
Yeah.
Me?
Partway through. Yeah.
you know,
keep playing up the scoreboard.
The scoreboard is kind of a stress key for a lot of players.
Oh,
so,
no.
like,
Oh no!
Oh.
Okay, this was the difference right here.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't-
so gutted
yeah.
for you. Yeah. Also, I suppose with the I guess.
Look,
Oh my
I
God.
told you this is first place
Flying.
territory.
The issue with the spray, I guess, is you have to reload more often.
Reload's coming.
That's a killer. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
first
Yeah, the
shot,
Deagle
first
bullet. What was the?
See, I got a P
So-
by P. I saw one bullet in there.
58.
Yeah, and then
One bullet, two
58,
enemy.
458. You know what?
Still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Despite all those issues, imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with a
I
clean run.
I missed the guy in the room.
Yeah.
How did I forget him?
You know
Come
what? If
on.
you hadn't missed that, I think that would have been
You'd have
about 50
smashed us.
seconds.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah,
I reckon.
and the reload. If you
Yeah.
hadn't had to
Yeah.
reload so many times, that would have been 50. I kind of want to see you do it again now. Can we do this in every city, please? I want Potter to have a place at the top.
That's close.
Well, that's
Yeah.
new.
Making sure we can see.
Yeah,
it
the
too.
camera guy can't believe that Lord is at the top of the leaderboard.
Like, easy to check.
He's just like, I just need to check this.
What does
again.
that shot look like? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, as if Paul's made it to the top. Can't believe it.
Right, we need to take a quick break. Pimp, you did it as well, so we need to find out your score still. Maniac, you haven't done it, have you?
No, I haven't, because
You just got contacts.
before I had the
you
contact,
can't
I wouldn't see the monitor.
All right,
Literally, I
excuses.
wouldn't see it.
Well, I'm sure we'll get you to do it because we
Exactly,
definitely
I'm
need to
ready.
get you on the board. You've only been retired for a year and a bit.
A little bit more than
So,
that.
oh, okay, fine.
He hasn't even decided on that, so
Yeah, yeah,
Can't
that's a
have
good
Maybe
a
I'm
point.
back,
That's a
Francine is
good
on the
point.
move.
So basically, you're going to Vitality next. That's why they're not playing because you already
Maniac's
signed
like,
up
"They're
as
picking
talent.
up shocks.
I'm not sure. Maybe there's someone else.
Yeah, I knew it was suspicious. No wonder Vitality aren't playing this tournament. It's all because of Maniac, and that's the exclusives you get on Blast Backstage. Tell your friends.
I'm
Why
gonna
don't
have
you
to
tweet
answer
them
all
right
these
now?
tweets now. Oh my
Tweet
God.
this at Blast Pro Series.
God.
Hashtag Blast Backstage with your favourite conspiracy theories. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back and we'll
Space
find
is
out
fake.
how Pimp has done in the Betway Aim Challenge.
And that's when I said space is fake.
Ah. Wow. James. Wow.
I was wondering what
Great
James was going to say.
theory.
I literally just held, I was just like, I'm not going to say welcome back to Blast Backstage because I know Bardolph is going to say something
I
better.
swear somebody else said that. Who was that?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, there was no chance I was prepared for that.
I've also just discovered that my plant is
You know what I'm
hairy.
saying?
It's actually hairy. It's like they chose it just because of me. It's like you could exfoliate
Frankie,
your
is it on,
fingers.
is it on purpose
Um,
that your little cup is on the table? You know.
Oh, my
right?
li-
It's
this
it's
one.
really good placed, yeah.
Just put me in here.
Your little cup.
Your little
cup.
cup, isn't it? What
It's
is-
nice in the one shot.
Hiding.
In the one shot,
Yeah,
it says
the cup
poking
that
in.
they gave us.
She's hiding in the bush. Right,
Yeah.
okay, we got to get on with
Look,
watching
I drank
Pimp's
half
lap
my coffee
time.
and it's still got little hearts in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
It's nice.
She is really
On the
cute.
shelf.
They did a good job.
I mean, the fingers are troublesome to me.
'Cause they're
The
fat.
troubles.
Oh,
Oh,
fingers.
we are going to watch the lap now. So
Shabby
let's find
thing.
out
All right,
how
let's
Pimp
go.
did.
Come on,
And
Pimp.
remember, everyone, he does take after his mum. He learned everything from me.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh, straight in.
3 for 3.
That
Like,
headshot
he knows what he's doing.
percentage, the
When-
accuracy.
When
sucks
I
so much.
run at people like that, Twitch chat goes crazy.
You look so chill.
You look like you're streaming.
yeah.
Probably. I mean,
That's good.
I had no
See,
idea.
this is
whether-
why you don't get any offers anymore.
Very, very good game sense there.
They should all have yellows. We need the high vis jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh, the deagle for this room.
What do we
Could
think
work.
of MIBR's new jerseys? Do we prefer it to the Brazilian ones?
Yeah, I
Nice
like these
blue.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
for
blue
sure.
ones.
Feels less novel, right? The sort of Brazilian
But
colours
this is-
feel
oh, you
very
go actually
major.
from right to left.
Trend,
Wait, why
You go
Yeah,
from right to left. That's the first
Nice.
time I see it. Interesting.
Wait, did they not
What does that say
spawn?
about you? Thinking capo.
I'm an idiot.
Like,
Nice.
over here.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
All right.
You even got to see the
Absolutely.
fire.
Get this man on a team.
He got 49
pick 'em up.
seconds, 63. And actually, if we compare that to the pros aim challenge scores, you actually did better than Fur, than Vlave, than Gratisfaction as well.
They all
Okay,
suck,
so what
top
are these
10,
teams
mate.
you want to join?
Top 10.
Yeah.
You want a team or not?
Pretty solid.
So the other exclusive we revealed today is that actually Pimp is going to be joining FaZe, apparently.
Wow.
I mean, they did reach out.
What kind of role would you have in FaZe?
Me?
You used to AWP back in the day. Second AWP you could do.
That's basically when my career
IGL.
died, right?
All
So
right.
Lawless witnessed that firsthand, I think.
With what?
Wait, what?
Me AWPing and killing my career. I think that was at the
About Liquid
Sevo
or-
LAN or something when you were like casting for the first time or interviewing.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
My goodness. That's when it all went downhill. That was a long time ago, my man.
You were there. You saw it happen.
There are two
Basically,
teams.
it was his fault. But
There are,
Now, gang, final thoughts. Who do we think is going to win at Blast Pro Series here in
MIBR.
Moscow?
That might be on.
MIBI is gonna win it all.
Avangar.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Avantgarde.
Avangar, baby.
So we're going Avangar, MIBR.
MIBI is gonna tear them apart.
I'm looking forward to seeing KNG on the
Yeah.
roster. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk about
Ooh,
that.
that's going to be good.
I love me some KNG.
I'm going to be talking to them very shortly, actually, after our next break. Maniac, what are you saying?
I think NaVi. I think Zeus is gonna go away with the trophy, and the arena's
yeah,
gonna
that'd
be
be
crazy
nice.
for
I didn't even
him.
think about
It's gonna be
that.
beautiful. I'm gonna cry a little bit when he goes off
I'm gonna
stage.
cry.
Oh, you're so emotional, huh?
I am.
Zeus is my favorite player to watch him play walk-ons.
Zeus is my
Yeah,
favorite
he
He
player.
just sort of
too.
struts on and just goes,
He's going to bust something out. He's going to bust something big. I can feel it. Definitely something big on tap.
oh yeah.
And you never know what he's gonna do.
Anything
That's the
can
thing.
happen.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
Yeah, it was a fire
I'm going
budget.
MIBR, to be honest.
MIBR?
I'm going to go MIBR because I feel like KNG is a fresh sniper for the MIBR squad, so he's going to have different tricks to fall in. And I am interested to see. I think KNG should be primary AWPer. I think there'll be because it's a
will.
change. It's
He
a
will.
change,
Yeah.
and he's got a personality. If you look at the old 1.6 videos where he's like on a trestle table just screaming at people on LAN, it's sick, man.
Yeah,
I'm
and
very happy
also
that he's on the team.
He's got that relationship with Lucas, of course, from Immortals. They came second in PGL Krakow, right? 2017. So Potter,
MIBR as well.
Yeah.
MIBR.
as well.
I was going to say, I saw him in the hotel, and I was like, Henny? And I was like, what's Henny doing here?
Oh no!
I totally forgot.
Wow!
Come on, Botman.
Wow!
I'm so confused.
Wow!
Well, I have to let you guys go now. Maniac, you need to go and do the aim challenge because
I can do that now that I can see.
Oh, yeah,
MIBR
yeah.
Oh.
in the building, and that might be the reason why you
Right.
basically
They've
all
taken
said that
over.
they're going to win. Yeah, I mean they always take over on Blast Backstage.
It's all right.
What is
They're-
it?
Yeah.
Henny doing
They're
it?
here to
Gentlemen.
mock me. They're here to mock me relentlessly because that's what they do. And I love it. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Hey,
I love
there you
it.
go.
So
There you go.
thank
Tell
you
us more,
so
Frankie.
much.
Tell us more.
Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you're going to see it. You stick around,
are we?
watching the
There's a
stream.
webcam.
You will see what happens when I
Oh no.
when I share a show with
Yeah,
MIBR. It's going to
Cut the
be
break, cut the break.
interesting. It's going to be Linda, as the Portuguese would say, or the Brazilians
Oh,
would say.
actually, there was this streamer called Crow, right?
Oh
who
my
was
God.
crazy.
He was in my
Oh.
chat
He used to,
like a couple
he
weeks
used to,
ago.
he used to get
Linda.
like prostitutes, and they were all called Linda.
Linda, yeah.
So carry on.
Thanks for sharing.
I mean, James Bardoff, you
Hashtag
brought,
Linda.
you
Hashtag
brought,
Linda.
you
Oh,
brought
no.
prostitutes, you
Oh,
brought
no.
strippers, and you brought
This was going so
Linda.
a
well.
mediocre hoodie, let's face it, to the
Wow.
stream today. Thank you so much for being on Blast. I'm only joking. It's a fabulous hoodie, best
It is
dressed
fabulous.
person on the
Racing
chairs.
green,
Please
racing
come back.
Lying.
I'm sure the production team will absolutely want you back on the sofa next
Linda!
time we do Backstage.
Alexi Bay.
I need to pee so badly. I can't handle this. We need to go to an ad break. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Fran.
And looking forward to working with you this weekend at Blast Pro Series Moscow.